attitude. Hey, this is Barbara Russell talking about a new attitude here. You know what? If there are parts of your life that you want to be more in control of, I can assure you, you need a new attitude. In order to have a new attitude, you got to have a plan. And I'm here to share with you the plan. I am talking about setting boundaries. This is video number 3. And that first 2, we talked about how you care without carrying. Second 2 was, yes, I said no. And now we want to talk about, hey, I have had enough. So when you have a new attitude, it's when there's been a pattern of things that you're not in control of. You want to be able to say what you want, when you want it. And you want that new attitude to make you do it. So here I'm going to talk about what we can do. The first thing is you have to figure out what you don't like. Now, of course, that's pretty easy for most of us. We can say, I don't like it when our friend always asks for a ride but never gives me any gas money. Or maybe I'm always wanting my husband to talk to me but he never makes the time. There's been a pattern going on here and you feel resentful, frustrated, and out of control. Well, let's get a new attitude and talk about changing that. So you first say what you don't like. But now, of course, if you just left it there, that's just complaining. So you want to go to step number 2, which says, this is what I want. We don't usually do that. And sometimes that's helpful enough in itself. And if you're not sure how to figure that out, just go to the opposite. You could say to your friend, you know, I've been taking you around for a long time and I would like to have some gas money. And so I'd like $20 a month. That's another key. You have to be very specific on what you want. Don't just say, I'd like some help. People don't get it, let me tell you. Or you talk to your husband and you say, you know what, if you could talk to me for 10 minutes, that's all. After we've eaten dinner and before we start watching TV, I'd like to talk to you for 10 minutes. That's also very important. You know, guys can think when they hear those dreaded words, we need to talk. Oh my God, it's like they've just put them in prison and they're going to be bound to you, ball and chain for 24/7. No, you ease their mind and say, I'd just like to talk to you for 10 minutes. All right? So step number 1, say what you don't like. Step number 2, say what you want and be specific. And sometimes that will be the end of it. But if it's not, step number 3 is you set the consequence that you are in charge of. So you don't say what's going to happen to them, you say what you are going to do. For example, with your friend, you say, okay, I'd like $20 a month for gas money. If they don't come up with that, then you say, I'm so sorry, I'm not going to be able to take you any places anymore. If your husband says, well, yeah, I'll get to that, but he never does, then you can say, whenever we've agreed to talk, then I can cook dinner. I want to talk before I cook. Whoa, as you can imagine, that's why you need this new attitude, because those might not be easy to fulfill. But here's the next thing that you need to consider. You consider the cost. The cost is simply this. You think, what might happen if I do this? What might happen to my friend? They might get mad at me. Maybe they won't talk to me. Maybe they'll talk about me. Maybe I'll lose the friendship. You need to think all through that, because then if you're prepared and you can say, you know what? Even if they don't talk to me, even if I lose that friendship, I need to do this because I pretty soon will end the friendship anyway. Because see, that's the other cost. Here, what will happen if you don't set that boundary? You need to think about that too. All right, so a quick review. Say what you don't like. Say what you want specifically. Say what a consequence is going to happen if you don't get what you want. That's where it takes the attitude. You think about the cost. And really, I've been making kind of fun that it's an attitude, but this doesn't have to be mean or rude. It may feel like that to some people, but it can be very nice, very loving, and really you could say, I should have said this long ago, and I need to tell you. All right? some tips for living a better life. This is Barbara Russell. Go out and do it and get a new attitude.